everyone. Welcome to Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. Welcome to my Material Matters segment. Your weekly keys to success in business, education, and finance. And when I say weekly keys to success, I mean your tarot weekly keys to success. So I hope everybody is staying safe out there and having a good week. So far, good Thanksgiving. Everybody stayed safe. So I'm going to start off with an oracle reading, but we're going to keep it on the lighter side today. Ooh, slipped out. The Affirmators at Work deck. And it's a whimsical little deck. It's without all the self-helpy stuff. So it's kind of tongue-in-cheek card reading. We're going to pull a card because this is work specific. All right. One more shuffle. This is for the entire collective. And then we'll get into the tarot readings for the elemental signs of the Zodiac. Boy, did I pull the right card for us. It's money. Money, money, money. I deserve to make money, and I invite financial abundance in my life by mailing out hundreds of gilded envelopes that say, "Your presence is required. Please RSVP." If the desire to make more money seems selfish or shallow, I remind myself that money is the only path to food, shelter, and a secure retirement. Then watch myself quickly shut up and get back to hustling. Those gilded envelopes won't pay for themselves. So, pulled the money card for us today. And who doesn't need a little of that right now? So basically, this reading is for November 29th through December 5th, the week ahead. And the moon will be going from Taurus, Gemini kind of activity on Sunday through to the moon in Leo next Saturday. And also on November 30th, we have a full moon, a lunar eclipse, November 30th. So should be some interesting energies that day. All right. So we're going to start off with our friends, the air signs, which of course is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. This is for you for the week ahead. All right. Let's see what we've got going for the air signs. Your focus for the week ahead is the Six of Pentacles. Reversed. Well, you know, maybe it's time to tighten up a little bit here. You know, maybe you've been a little bit over generous with your time and your energy or your money. Oh, this is the season. People are spending and buying for others, and maybe it's just a good idea to pull in just a little bit. So your focus for the week is, you know, how to do things in a more I'm not going to say austere manner. I don't think you have to be austere, but let's just say that you do it in a practical manner, you know, so that you make sure you're not overspending and leaving yourself short in any way, shape, or form. So also, if this involves time management, be sure that, you know, you don't expend your energy on everybody else on too many different things, that you manage your time wisely. So I think that's going to be an important consideration for you air signs in the week ahead. So how best can you prepare for that focus? Well, air signs, I'd say with the world here upright, it's eyes on the prize, you know. You need to think of where you want to end up. You need to think of, you know, where is the end in sight? How do you get to that end in sight? And maybe how do you, you know, make sure that you have the resources to sustain you to your goals, you know, to achieve your goals. We'll get into more of that as we recap and see what everything else is here. So now, what about your relations with others in the material world? Will they help or hurt? Or will there be conflict or cooperation? I think there's definitely going to be movement, and I think there's going to be movement in a positive direction. This is the Chariot upright, and it's basically saying that, people are going to be on the move for you. They're going to be working for you. They're going to be getting the information you need, or filing the paperwork you need them to file, if you're a supervisor, doing the work you need to do. I think that there's going to be movement, and it's also possible that you will be moving around and connecting with others, maybe from a distance even. So, of course, a lot of us are doing it that way virtually now. So in some way or another, you're going to be networking, connecting, and movement is involved. And it's going to be positive. So, with all that being said, is there forward or backward movement for you, or no movement at all in the week ahead? No. We have the Five of Wands, and it is reversed. And, I don't know, I'm of two minds of the Five of Wands here at the end. I kind of feel maybe after a lot of bustling around and a lot of energy spent, there will be some forward movement. There will be movement, possibly in a different direction, or maybe a direction that you and the people that you are networking with can agree upon. So let me recap this a little bit and see if we can pull it all together and make sense of this. Your focus this week is how to make sure you're not overspending, you're holding on to resources, you're doing adequate time management, so that you can achieve your goals. You're really thinking in terms of, and especially in this era of COVID right now, I think that a lot of businesses and a lot of places are just trying to figure out, how can I make this work? How can I still be successful and make this work? And I feel that that's going to be on the minds of a lot of us. And I feel that people are going to be instrumental in helping you with that. Maybe they will move you in a particular direction that you need to move into in order to achieve success. I think also the Chariot there might be a good sign for people who are thinking of moving or working with real estate deals as well. There is some movement. There is a possibility for a move or procuring maybe some property here. So ultimately, in the end, will there be forward or backward movement? I feel that there is some agreements that are reached with others, and that it is able to move you forward, either in the direction you are going to achieve your goals, or possibly a slightly divergent one where maybe they're more able to help you, or maybe more able to support you in your mission. This seems to be very work or investment oriented, this reading, as opposed to maybe a school or studies. I do feel, though, that if this is about school, this is crunch time for you students, and you really got to get a move on. And if you're working with people on joint projects, you got to make sure they're doing their part. So I think that if there's anything to be said for you, that might be it for this time, air sign students. And that's what I have for you, air signs, for the week ahead. Hey, good luck. So now we're going to roll on to the fire signs, which includes me and Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Give it a good shuffle here. Right. Okay, fire signs. Let's see what your focus for the week ahead is. It's kind of interesting to me. It's a Seven of Pentacles. And I believe that's the card of the day we had for today, interestingly enough. So I think this week, this is a time for you fire signs to do something you're not used to. stepping back a little bit from the action, and assessing things, and maybe taking a little break. Don't be so hard on yourself. You put in a lot of effort, you put in a lot of work, and now it's time to see where it's all leading and where it's all going, and will it bear fruit? And so step back a little bit, rest on your laurels and look at what you've done so far, how far you've come, and do maybe just a little bit of future planning. Okay, so how best can you prepare for this? This is the Three of Wands, and the Three of Wands is reversed. So I think you can best prepare for this focus is by, well, this is interesting to me because I almost feel like this is saying that, that you're looking at other situations in your past where perhaps, the waiting for something didn't pay off, and so maybe we'll talk about this a little more, I think, when we put this together, because I feel there's a little bit of conflict going on here, and I think I want to see what else is coming up before I get into that with you fire signs. So what about people? Will people be helpful, hurtful, cause conflict, or will they cooperate in the week ahead? Oh, you have the Page of Swords reversed. Well, I think you're on your own as far as making decisions go. I think that they're kind of going to be a little bit wishy-washy and not very helpful in that regard. They may be questioning a lot of things, I think. And so have answers for them, have answers. Try to reassure employees, if you're a boss, that everything is going as it should. I feel as though there is just a little bit of maybe, some talk or, behind the scenes, or some miscommunications that are going on with people. So it may not be all that constructive, with your peers or your coworkers this week. Forward, backward movement, no movement at all for you, for us fire signs. Well, guess what? We got the Fool by the end of the week. So you know what? We love an adventure. We're always ready to go on to the next new thing. So this is interesting because I'm looking at a couple of different things here for us fire signs. So we have the Seven of Pentacles here, which is kind of saying, hey, step back a little bit, reassess, see if things are going in the direction you want them to go in. And then there's a part of you, that remembers times in the past where you did take steps back, and, that waiting or that step back may have caused you to maybe miss some opportunities that were presenting themselves. So it seems like there's a little bit of a conflict and a cautionary tale here. So it is time to step back and reassess if everything is as it should be. But I also think that, you need to not spend all your time doing that. In other words, this reminds me of temperance in a way. You got to keep 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on land. So, 1 foot in, the assessing part, and 1 foot keeping your eye on your business and your material concerns and making sure everything is going okay. Because I do think people are going to be a little bit problematic. They're not going to be all that helpful. There might be some gossip going on. There might be some miscommunication. If you have some decisions that need to be made and you want their input, they might be really wishy-washy and not all that helpful to you about that. And ultimately, in the end, I'm beginning to think here that you might want to take all of this into a completely new direction. I don't know that you're necessarily going to abandon the course that you're on, but I do think you're going to bring something new into this by week's end. You're going to shake it up a little bit. What else is new, fire signs? You're going to do something that changes the either changes the end game or changes how you get there. And some of it is going to involve a risk, taking a gamble, taking a risk. What if we did this? What if we did that? And instead of just dwelling on the what if, you're actually going to put your foot out there and take a chance at it. So the jury's out whether this is going to serve you well or not. In my opinion, fire signs, it's kind of a week where there's a bit of uncertainty. So, isn't that exciting? And that's what I have for the fire signs this week. So now we're on the water signs. We'll see what's in store for you. It's Cancer, Scorpio. I do want to mix these up good. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. I love this deck, but they're a little bit cardstocky, and although they're glossy, but there's a little bit of thickness to them, and so I want to make sure I shuffle them well. All right. Let's see what we have in store for our water signs. Okay. Your focus card, water signs, is a very watery type card in my opinion. Not necessarily. It's really a card of balance, but I think of soothing, calming water when I think of this card. You know how they have those sound machines where you can listen to the running stream and it just sounds so soothing? I don't know. When I think of temperance, I always think about that. So basically, this is a period of finding balance for you. This is a period of, finding that sweet spot where everything is going smoothly and according to plan. That's your focus for this week. And how best can you achieve that focus in the week ahead? By making firm, solid decisions. There may be decisions, and this is the Ace of Swords upright, of course, is making decisions that will lead to victory, to lead to achieving something, accomplishing something, an end result. I feel that, this is really what you need to do is focus on how you achieve victory in a balanced sort of way. We'll get into that. So will people be helpful, hurtful, conflict, cooperation? We have the Nine of Swords reversed here, and it's kind of an interesting card in this era of COVID for me. As far as other, people in your environment goes, I mean, there may be some people who are coming back from healing from this situation. There may be some people who are trying to come to terms with, working in an environment of COVID. I feel that people are going to be more cooperative and more understanding about some of the ups and downs that are going on, for us during this time period. I feel like people will be very cooperative and try to do their best to work in the situations that we have right now. But it's kind of a struggle. So will there be forward or backward movement or no movement at all for you water signs this week? Well, we have the Page of Pentacles and the Page is upright. There could be some good news materially, financially coming. Maybe some business success is on the way. Something that's bringing money, which is positive. Some good financial news. Returns on investments. Maybe the stocks are going to be up this week or doing, okay. It does look like, to me, I think this is good news, but I'm not going to say that it's earth-shaking news. I think it's positive, but I don't think it's like massive amounts of money. I think that there is definitely some positive movement financially by weekend for you water signs. So let's talk about this a little bit more in depth here. So maybe what this is saying, is you're going to need to have a very, very balanced outlook and approach and focus on that in order to forge ahead to success and to make the kind of decisions that, smart decisions that you need to make in order to get there. So balance, balance, balance. Nothing to extremes. It's not going to help you. I feel that in the environment that we are in right now, there are some people that are going through some stuff and they're healing. They're in the process of trying to find their way again and trying to find maybe new ways to work in a rather difficult environment and to break out of, these feelings of despair that we've all been going through. And so I do think people will try to work with, like bosses, supervisors, corporate entities, and trying to find the way to best achieve success in this kind of environment. So good for working with others. And the good news is ultimately, because everything seems to have fallen into place here, there will be some good financial news for you water signs by weekend. Not like a huge windfall, but I will say that it's moving in the right direction. It's showing that there is growth potential, and it sounds pretty good. So good luck with you. And last but not least, we have our earth signs. And that would be Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. This is going to be for you. Like I said, I love to shuffle these up really good. Fortunately, they really do shuffle for the most part well. All right. Okay, Earth signs, this is your focus card for the week ahead. What did I just say about shuffling the cards? Look at you. You've got Temperance in the same spot. And so, again, earth signs being, so grounded with earth energy, I feel you're very stable and balanced for the most part, but this is saying this really needs to be your focus this week, is to maintain balance, maintain stability in some of these uncertain times. So how can you best achieve that focus this week? Well, it's the Four of Wands reversed, and I do feel that this kind of indicates that little things often mean a lot. So it's attention to those details, those smaller things, those things that you might otherwise overlook, that might be the more important in, in how you prepare for your focus this week. So in other words, to be stable and to be secure and balanced, you need to make sure all the little fine touches and the little fine details have been tended to. So what about your relations with others this week? Will there be conflict, cooperation? Well, here we have the Knight of Swords reversed, and I feel like you got to be careful. If you're a supervisor, be attentive to what's going on around you. There may be some people who are trying to, maybe blaze their own trail, make their own decisions, and they might be taking you in a direction that you weren't planning on going in. So also they might be kind of combative a little bit. They might disagree with strategies, and they may have ideas of their own. Hear them out. Definitely hear them out and be a listening ear, but, also be ready to say why that won't work. Because I have a feeling their plans are slightly flawed. And will there be forward or backward movement or no movement at all? And we have another return card. It's the Seven of Pentacles, and it is upright. So I think by week's end, it's kind of like you're waiting for something to happen or develop. You've kind of taken a step back and you're looking to see, okay, what has this week brought us? It's like, I think by week's end, you're really still in the process of reassessing things and maybe continuing the process of completing whatever it is you've been working on, whatever goal you were trying to achieve materially or financially. I feel that it's still a work in progress by week's end. Earth signs. So let's go back and take a look at this again. Your focus for this week should be achieving balance and stability in your affairs, however that may be. Monitor your stocks, pay attention to details. If you're signing contracts, etc., it's little things that's going to mean a lot. So try to, pay attention to those finer points, and you should do okay. But don't rely on others too much you might have to question some of their decisions. So if this is you, for example, working with financial advisors, bankers, lawyers, etc., you need to question some of their statements or some of their rationale. You need to have a little conversation. And if this is your employees, they may have ideas and stuff, hear them out, but ultimately I think you're going to decide that it is not the way you really want to go. And by week's end, it shows you still it's taken a step back from the work. You did a lot of work. You tried to maintain the balance and stability, and I think that's where you end the week. You're kind of on an even keel with not really any forward or backward movement, but taking time to reassess what more needs to be done. And I think that's what I have for you for this week, Earth signs. Good luck with that. So anyway, I wanted to remind everybody, as I do at this time, to make sure you check out Mr. O's Emotional Exchanges every Friday and find out what your week ahead is going to be in the emotional realm of life. So also, we don't just live for work, we live for pleasure and we live for love as well. So definitely check out Mr. O's Emotional Exchanges, and I hope everybody has a great week. Hang in there during these turbulent times. Hoping we'll see the light soon. 2020 is almost over. Whew. So hopefully 2021 will bring us better things. Anyway, take care, everybody, and I will see you soon. Bye.